Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your dose of inspiration and juice. It is August the 31st, 2021, and today the topic is God is at work. I'm back. Hello, everyone. Hello. I don't know if you missed your girl, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I did miss you, but I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed this birthday weekend getaway that I just had. To God be the glory. There was so many awesome moments and everything like that. I'm sure you all have probably seen them if you guys follow me on social media. You've probably seen photos at least of many of the festivities and things like that. Everything didn't necessarily happen the way I thought it would, but at the same time, uh, it happened the way it was supposed to. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the company that I had. I don't even, I, I would say the family, the family that I was surrounded by. I know that, perhaps some of the individuals aren't necessarily blood, I guess you would say, but we don't even feel appropriate to say friends and family. I would say, the family that I had there. It was an amazing experience to just, take that time to unwind. And yeah, I mean, there's so much to say. There's so much to say and share. But I don't want to spend the whole, juice talking about that. So maybe I'll save more details and whatnot about the birthday getaway for the after show. So if you're interested in that and you're someone that's just listening to the podcast or something like that, then go check out the live version of this. It plays on our YouTube and on our Facebook. Um, both the God, Sex, and Love YouTube and Facebook, and then it's going to be on the YouTube, Actress Miracle Sims YouTube as well. The entire recording that I'm doing right now, whatever extra that I give you guys in the after show, I think that's what I'm going to say most of my birthday feedback and whatnot. But overall, I will just say it was wonderful. I enjoyed the break, honestly, and it helped me to be refreshed and renewed to be able to get on up this morning to give you all the juice. So here we go, man. Okay, so as you guys see, the title is called God is at Work, right? Okay. The interesting thing is, yesterday I came across, an interview with Lynn Wood, one of those fireside chats. I've shared them on our Facebook and whatnot. I know it may be controversial, depending on what side of the aisle you're on politically and things like that, and some stuff might not make sense. But I believe for Bible believing people and for people that you know uh, are privy to some of this type of information that they're sharing and this stuff, there's a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and just a well of information and whatnot. And in the midst of that interview, I want to say almost Pastor Linwood. I know he's not a pastor. I know he's a lawyer. But he's been a very strong advocate for Christ, been a very strong advocate for Bible and everything like that. And so, as he shares his professional opinion as a lawyer of some of the things that's going on right now in America in particular, he's also sharing Christ and the Word. So it was interesting to me that my prayer meditation today, which was centered around God being at work, pretty much confirmed what I was listening to yesterday, that he was sharing about, like, how can I say without being alone with it? Basically, he was sharing at some point throughout the interview that basically that everything is planned. I know that takes like next level thinking to I guess understand that. And even with him saying it, I want to say it gave me a different perspective. I mean, I think, I do believe that all things have been planned out by God before the beginning of time and everything like that. But it's just very interesting to really, really get that understanding of, there's no chance, there's no luck, there's no coincidences in that regard. That everything, no matter what it is part of God's plan and can be used for good, no matter if it's evil, no matter if it's something that again we might not understand. So I mean, for those who have ears, let them hear. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot in regards to that. But let me just tell you guys what the Bible say, because you can say, hey, Lynn Wood's just talking. Hey, Miracle's just talking about what Lynn Wood is talking about. So let me tell you what the Bible say here. Philippians 1:6, it says, and I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, I guess my question today is like, do we, right, believe that God is in control? Because I mean, well, I guess it will help us have peace, right, in the midst of the storms, in the midst of the trials and tribulations and things. Lord, why did this just come? All right, well, I'm gonna say, I mean, well, I talked briefly about this with and actually Rashawn told me, if you guys go to the episode of GSL where it's a chat with Rashawn Kusar, we talked about a lot of different things, but he's into apologetics and he's into basically like being able to like debate for Christ and debate for the Bible and whatnot like that. And we are both African Americans and everything like that. And one of the biggest struggles in the African American community is this idea that, well, we know that yes, the Bible was used in a way to it was misused. Just put it like that. So we know that it was misused when it comes to African Americans. Now again, I do believe, based on location and everything like that, in regards to where the Bible stories took place, and then how it spread and whatnot. Me personally, I believe that there were African Americans that were privy to this idea of Jesus, if you want to call it that, before, right, the period of slavery. But there is ongoing narrative of people taking issue with the Bible because of slavery, right? And one of the things that Rashawn said in that conversation was that when we look back at the individuals that actually lived through that situation of slavery, what was the thing that got them through, right? And most accounts that he came across, I put it like that, the accounts that he came across, because I haven't read them myself yet, those individuals were highly spiritual, highly had that belief in God and kept faith and all those different things, and that is what got them through. So even what my prayer meditation was talking about this morning, it was like, being with God isn't going to take you out of the trial, but he's with us through the trial. And I think that's what we need to get a perspective on today. Like, I think that's what we need to get a better understanding of, because a lot of times we just focus on the issues, right? We're focused so much on the issue that we're missing how God is taking us through, getting us out, how God is at work and everything like that. That's just something, y'all can let that marinate and whatnot. I know I already touched on quite a few things just in these little few minutes. And I just only shared one verse, but I don't know. Like I said, that is something that I feel like we should wrap our heads around, think about a little bit more, and lean into this idea of knowing that, hey, at the end of the day, all things work together for the good. I'm not going to just say that. Let me go ahead and read this verse actually, and it's Romans 8:28. I got a little funny thing to tell you about that in a second, but let me go ahead and tell you the verse. Romans 8:28, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Okay, so well, you hear all things work together for good, but then it's like we're missing the details of that verse. And I guess sometimes people think like, okay, well, if everything's going to work for good, but I guess the question is, are you called according to his purpose? Because it says here it's going to work for the good of those who are called according to his purpose. Then before that part, because we like the part that says all things work together for good, but then before that, if we notice, it says, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good. So it's not just that all things are going to work together for good. We got to love God, right? And be called according to his purpose. So again, something else to think about. Who knows? That might be Pope today for some, I hope not. I would hope that, again, everybody listening to the sound of my voice today loves God and is called according to God's purpose, which I feel like, I would think that if you are, listening to my voice today, then that is you. I think I'm safe to say that, but hey, I guess it's up to you ultimately. But I would say that if you have been led to listen to, again, little old me, that is just somebody that's just, I would say, just listening to God and whatnot and stepping out on faith and doing these different things, then something is pulling on you to be, I would say, a lover of God and to be called according to his purpose and leaning into his purpose. And so, y'all can let that marinate personally, whoever you are, and everything like that. But I would say, I would say you might be on the right track if you listen to your girl. I'm not, and I'm not saying it because of me. I'm just saying because okay, if I am to talk a little bit about like what I was acknowledging over this weekend, if I talk about it for a second, yes, y'all know it's my birthday weekend. It was, I'm 35, X, Y, and Z, but there was a lot of things that I kind of just reflected on in this break that I had, and one of those things was that I'm living my dream. I'm living my dream. Things that have been on my mind and heart and whatnot years ago. It's like I'm living those things now, and even as I sat at the table at my dinner, which y'all probably don't see, if you see me in a fancy gown, that was at my dinner. And so and the people that was around, the table, there was 6 individuals with me, and there was 7 of us there, I guess, and the 6 individuals, they all spoke so highly of me, right? And I guess their experience of me and our our time together and whatnot, and that was beautiful. That was beautiful. But it's like, as I looked around at the people that were there, one of the things another thing I reflected on, aside from feeling as if I'm living my dream, is that those individuals that were there represented like my whole life. It represented like different stages of my whole life. And I found that to be quite interesting because, for example, if I just break it down real quick, like I had my sister there who's, I mean, ever since she was born, she known me, you know what I mean? So we grew up together, childhood, you know what I mean? Then I would say I fast forward to what I would call my Florida days. This is when I met the gentleman that I call my brother, Kelvin Carter. That's when I met him when I was in Florida. And, and I know he's like, well, don't just limit me to the Florida days. But I'm like, well, you represent the Florida days right now because that's, you represent those days. And then, I had some individuals that, again, I met only like pretty much, here in my adult life after him. I had another individual that I had been working with for the past few years. And then there was one young lady that I would say, is more so a newer friend. She was someone that I met after I became a mom. And then y'all know my husband is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's that guy that I was waiting on, right? He's that guy that I dreamed about, that guy that I, prayed for and all that. So to be surrounded by all these individuals that represented these different moments in my life, and just it was like my whole life in people. And when I looked around the table, it was a very interesting thing. And I shared that to say that again, years ago, right, when I was just that single girl or woman, whatever, or beginning stages of becoming a woman, that single girl, I guess, in Florida, and just praying about my career, praying about my love life, praying about my goals and dreams and things like that. And just hoping for, all the things that I have right now, that what I'm living right now. I feel like, this is just me making an observation. Y'all can, I don't know. But I feel like if there's something that you're thinking about, especially if it has anything to do with God, let's just go there. Let's just be clear about that. If it has anything to do with God, doing things for Him, doing things to build the kingdom, doing things to reach one and teach one, and bring them close to God, things like that. Things you do for God. If any of that is on your heart and mind, then it's for a reason. I feel like it's something that He wants you to do. And that's just me. Again, just, I guess, and so, and I feel like, again, I'm telling you guys this about me, and I'm telling you all, hopefully this to encourage and inspire you, that, I feel as if I am a living witness that God will give you the desires of your heart. And we have to trust Him. We have to love Him. We have to be, understand that we're called according to His purpose and do His will. And then the more you do that, the more you'll see the desires of your heart. That's what's happened with me. And I'm just one human too. And, and again, we all got to learn and grow and and everything like that. We all have our own journeys. No one's going to be exactly the same and everything like that. I'm saying no one's journey is going to be exactly the same. But, again, I hope that just by sharing that, it encourages and inspires you to know that, hey, if God has put something on your heart and you're in the place where you don't see it and you don't understand how it's going to come and all those different things, do what you can. I mean, that's my thing. Do what you can. Make steps. And then eventually what you're going to see is things come to fruition. You're going to see fruit. And again, like I said, the things for God, you're going to see those blessings. You're going to see the plan unfold. And that's just me and my little humble observation. But y'all can let that marinate on your hearts, souls, and minds. Now, Ephesians 2:10, it says, "For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand, that we should walk in them." Now, again, it says all things work together for good, right? And then one thing that Mr. Linwood, he was saying that, basically that God only does good. Like even in spite of, yes, being the creator of all things, that includes evil, but that also means that whatever evil is in place is still going to work for the good of God, at the end of the day. And I guess even so much so where it's like, even if we veer off the path, right? If we're going through life, right, and we're veering off the path, we're not repenting, we haven't turned around, even those things still can work for the good, um, if we do, again, what it say, love God, and if we are called according to his purpose. So you don't have to feel or beat yourself down if you're in a down space. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the place where you're like, man, I'm just not doing what I know is right, right? Or because I do feel like we all know deep within good and evil. We all know right and wrong deep within. Now it's just, are you going to pay attention? Are you going to how would I say it here? Like, I feel like, and this, and I talk about this a lot too, because me and my husband was talking about it yesterday, as we was on our way back home, that I feel like there's been just a lot of moments in my life that I came to the crossroads, and I had certain choices and decisions to make, at that crossroad. It was like, am I going to go right or am I going to go left? Am I going to, lean towards good, or am I going to lean towards evil? Um, and sometimes we have to be that real with ourselves. And I know my husband was saying that, well, sometimes I guess people have an issue with that. They don't want to be, truthful or real with themselves in that aspect. All I'm going to say is this right here, because I can only talk about me, that I know for me, I am thankful and grateful that I was able to be real with myself, to when I came to the crossroads and was trying to, figure out which way to go and all those different things. I thank God for the good that he put into my life and into my heart, into my mind, to know that, okay, at the end of the day, I'm going to trust and depend on God. In spite of what I feel, in spite of what I see, in spite of all these things, I'm going to trust and depend on God, because I see, I know deep within, he's given me, right, vision, the goals, dreams, things that he wants me to do. And, it's going to be quite hard for you to do things of God if you're going to live the life of evil. And I know that's controversial again to say, because some people, they don't want to look at their actions as evil, but you have to again look at fruit, right? You got to look at fruit. And it's not about your feelings, you know what I mean? It's about, life and death, you know what I mean? It's about, like, again, good and evil and everything like that. Hey, you guys, again, everybody has to work out their own salvation and whatnot, and again, their own journeys and everything like that. So, but again, just something to think about. Just something to think about. Amos 3:7, it says, "For the Lord God does nothing without revealing his secret to his servants, the prophets." Again, I'm going to read that. It says, "For the Lord God does nothing without revealing his secret to his servants and prophets." If we're in a place of confusion, this is what I'm getting this morning. If we're in a place where we don't understand something, or we're again, I would say confused, or we're like, oh, we can't see and all that stuff. Hey, well, we might need to go to God for that wisdom and become a servant, a prophet, because what he's gonna do, he's going to reveal his secrets to who? His servants, the prophets. So I mean, hey, maybe some maybe not interested in God's secrets, you know what I mean? And everything like that. And I guess if you're not interested, then I guess you'll never know, right? But for those who are, and for those that, want a better understanding about, the things they see, and why things are the way they are, and all these different things, well, hey, get into the word, become a servant, become a prophet, and see what the Lord shares with you. But hey, I mean, hey, I ain't got too much more to say. I mean, at the end of the day, again, if nothing else, I hope this encourages you and inspires you to know that God is at work and that everything is planned. There's no chance, no coinky dink, none of that. Again, that's that next level thinking. But again, I hope it helps us to understand today and to again have peace in the middle of the storm. And that's the juice. The Bible verse of today is Ephesians 6:12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. You daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Real quick, I want to give you guys a quick announcement, and that is that over the weekend, my latest article was just released, my second guest blogging opportunity. It was with Minority Christian Women Entrepreneur Network. It's on mcwen.org. That's mcwen.org. Your girl has a article on there called "The Pandemic of Purpose." So I hope you all check it out. Thank you so much for again, for everything. I appreciate all the birthday wishes. I appreciate those of you all that listen frequently and whatnot, allowing me to have this break. Like I said, it was definitely a blessing, and gave me a nice little boost to be able to go ahead and jump on up this morning and get that juice to you. So yeah, I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if Lord's will. And if you want more details about my birthday and whatnot, then stay tuned for the after show, or go watch the after show on, the live version of this. But as for my podcast people, thank you all. Talk to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And for my Facebook and YouTube folks, man, I'm telling y'all, that birthday weekend was the jam, y'all. It was a blessing. It was wonderful. I enjoyed every moment of it. No, I didn't do everything I thought I was going to do. One of the things I didn't do was go to the beach. They were supposed to have a pool beach area there, and I thought we were going to go. And it was a huge debate because, okay, so the cabin ended up being in the mountains. I don't know if I for whatever reason, I thought that this place was like a neighborhood, or going to be like some type of gated community where all these houses on the flat surface, you know what I mean? I just didn't think mountains for some reason. Like, I don't know why I didn't think mountain, but it was like curvy, winding road mountain. And so my peoples, they were debating about like, well, we got to go back down the mountain to go to the beach or whatever. And who wants to do that? And, trying to vote. And then we had one of the ladies that came a little later. And so we were waiting for her as well. And so, yeah. So that was one thing. But unfortunately, I don't want to get too TMI, but let's just say some things that, was unexpected happened. And I just was like, all right, well, looks like I don't need to go to the beach. So I didn't, quote unquote, fight for the beach activity. But that was just fine. I mean, I enjoyed, again, the time that we had. I mean, it was a lot of times to relax. I could play games. I could read. I could just, the interesting thing is we watched this show called Manifest, and there was a verse, Romans 8:28, one of the verses I read today, was featured in it several times. So that was very funny. And then we started to watch it on 8/28, which was, August 28th. So that was interesting as well. And so the fact that they're all, again, tying together, I mean, hey, oh, excuse me, hiccup. It was lovely, man. We got there that evening. Let me see, like Friday evening. No, we got there Thursday evening. And so that's when I got there and I saw that my sister had this backdrop made for your girl. So y'all probably seen that online or whatnot, and beautiful backdrop. I was like, man, when did I take that photo? Yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful, backdrop and balloon display that they had created for me for my birthday and whatnot. she was in charge of decor, my sister. And so she had that in the cake made. She's like, it's a 5-layer red velvet cake. I said, okay, sister, all right. I'm looking forward to this 5-layer red velvet cake. If you're tuning in live, hello, good morning. I just finished the juice, so this is like the after show. But you'll see the juice real soon. I'll be posting it real soon. But anywho, so that was one thing. Then my brother from another mother, Kelvin Carter, man, I'm telling you, he was on it with all the, like, basically after I found the house, he took over from there. So after that, he was kind of dealing with the money and dealing with, like, getting activities together. And the activities were very thoughtful. Like, he even had like a little section where they had the GSL. It was like the GSL reflection section or something like that. That's a reflection section. I like to just coin that. But anywho, like a reflection section. He had these cards that, to reflect on and whatnot. And so that was interesting. And then, we played some regular stuff. We played like Uno, but then we also played like a lot of talking games, and it was really good. Like, he came up with a lot of great activities, and we enjoyed that. I mean, listen, y'all know I'm about to go ahead and talk about Bro's bites, man. I'm telling you, he killed all the meals, y'all. Man, what all do we eat? Okay, let me see. That Friday we had like a nice little breakfast, whatnot. Later on that day we had like a taco bar. That first evening, I know we had a crab boil. Oh no, like a shrimp boil. We had a shrimp boil one of the evenings. The next morning we had a nice little breakfast. Then we had like a hot dog bar and like slider burgers. And man, what all we had? Then for the dinner party, we had like ribs and chicken and greens and mac and cheese, and he had some baked beans with it and whatnot. And that's what the dinner was, alongside the 5-layer red velvet cake. Y'all know we popped some of my bubbly. I gave out bubbly to everybody, and they seemed to like those. What else? I can't remember all the food, y'all. I really can't remember all the different food we had. But he killed it, man, as he always do. And yeah, my screen look as if it's frozen, so I don't know if it is or not. But okay, so I don't know if y'all heard me that whole time. But basically, I was saying that he killed it as he always do. Bro's bites, y'all. Bro's bites.com. Let's see, what else? Yeah, but I had good time to be able to chat with everybody individually, and again, just get rest, and it just was really nice overall, y'all. It was really nice overall. Oh, let me, I guess, shout out my vendors that I know about. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the gentleman that did the cake, and or the lady that did the backdrops. My sister would have to tell y'all that information. But in regards to the vendors that I dealt with, well, check out, my do. Y'all might have seen my do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my do. I got it done with oh goodness, now I heard the name of her shop just went out of my mind. Well, her name is Miss Angela, and she has a shop here in Stone Mountain. I'm not in Stone Mountain, but she has a shop in Stone Mountain that I go to, and cuts and locks or something like that. And yeah, so she hooked up my hair and whatnot. It's still going, but I kind of want to take it down because it's a little itchy. Every now and then it gets a little itchy, and I'm like, oh goodness, I think it's just, maybe I'm just not used to my hair being braided up and whatnot. So when it is braided up, it's like it's, all the sensations. So that was one thing she did my hair. If you guys saw the birthday dress and whatnot, that was I was styled by Miss Stephanie of Muscle Mom Closet Boutique. She found that dress and whatnot for you, girl. In regards to my casual looks, that was pretty much all of them were from TTC Boutique. So I haven't shown all of them yet. because I wanted to wait to get some of the photos from my birthday, my actual birthday, when I was taking the photos with balloons and whatnot. So when I get those, I'll be shouting out TTC Boutique so you guys can see the outfits that were purchased for that and whatnot. But there's also a live video on my Actress Miracle Sins YouTube of me doing an unboxing. But so I'll share the photos with me actually wearing the clothes though. Of course, my nails and whatnot. This color is called Kilowatt, and it is available on unwindselfcare.com. I did my own mani-pedi and whatnot with this cool lime green color. I feel like it was gonna really pop against the blue, and it did. What other? I also my coming back home outfit. I wore a t-shirt that says "Woman of Action." It said "Woman of Action," and it was with chocolate chick teas. So if that's something you're interested in or whatnot. Y'all, did y'all see my husband though? Did y'all see my husband though, man? He got suited and booted, man. That was one of the surprises he had for me that weekend or whatever. He was like, he really wanted to go ahead and get all dutied up for me and whatnot. And so that was one of the surprises. I know some. I mean, well, when he put on a tie, I was like, "You put on a tie?" Because usually he'll go, with just a buttoned up shirt or something like that. So when he pulled out the tie, I'm like, "Okay, you put on a tie." Then he likes the vest look or whatnot. And so I was okay, I was like, "All right, I see you, husband, I see you." And then at some point he's all like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear shoes, X, Y, Z." You weren't supposed to wear shoes in the house. He's like, "All right, they're not gonna stop my fashion." I said, "Okay then, husband, they're not gonna stop your fashion." Okay. And then so when we made the entrance and whatnot, because my friend they had told me to go to the room. I had to go to the room for like the first couple of hours before we had the dinner because they were setting up or whatnot. They was like, "Don't come out until we knock on the door." And so when they finally did knock on the door and we came out, I came out first. And so I just was like having the moment, coming out, showing off the dress and everything like that. I turned around, this guy got the hat on and everything. I said, "Oh, look at you, husband. Like, okay, you trying to do the thing then." So yeah, that was one of my surprises. And then come to find out, like, okay, so y'all know that we was there from Thursday through Monday. I was under the impression that he was going to be leaving on Sunday because that he had to work on Monday. Well, lo and behold, he surprised me with the information that he took off for Monday too. So when I thought I was going to be coming back down the mountain with my brother, turns out we was able to stay together the whole time and whatnot. So that was nice. It was a nice surprise. I was like, "Oh, you got me, huh? Okay." So yeah, that was a nice surprise and whatnot. So speaking of surprises, man, there was so many gifts and whatnot. Like one of my friends, her name is Maria. She came through with like all these different outfits and a gift basket, and she gave everybody else favors too. I'm like, goodness gracious, Maria, like, golly. It was so funny because when she was like, she had to go back to her car. She's like, "Oh, I gotta get some stuff out the car." And then I was like, "Oh, you need some help?" She's like, "No, no, no, no." Then somebody else offered to help. They was like, "Okay, yeah, you can help." But I was like, "Oh, so I can't help it. That must have something to do with the gift or whatever." But then this lady just kept bringing gifts out. She just kept bringing gifts out and putting them on this stand, which I had to tell y'all about that too. Kept bringing gifts out. I was like, "Maria, what is you doing?" She just said, "Birthday." I said, "What?" This lady. And so, yes, and in all those bags, there were a lot of like different outfits and everything like that, which your girl need because we got shows to do. And I've been dressing myself lately. So, to God be the glory for extra, attire. That always helps, right? So, that was one beautiful thing, receiving that. One of the ladies got me another coloring book, so one of my coloring books, and which is needed because I sold my display that I had, and so that was a beautiful thing. And then she also sent a gift, monetary gift, my sister as well, which my sister specifically was like, "This is to help you get the things kicked back off of the movie," because I had started saving money for the movie and then ended up using it, and so she gave me something to start back up saving again, and so that's a blessing. Hopefully, real soon, maybe your girl can try to get together this movie idea and whatnot, and y'all can see some more things from me. That's one thing in the works. So y'all keep it in prayer. So yeah, then I got some things like from my dad sent something, everything like that. I gotta take a moment to talk about my mama. Here we go. Y'all listen. Mama. So first we start off with my sister, because she was doing a gift section or whatnot. And so they had been putting all the gifts on this stand thing. It was like this like rolling stand. Now look, my sister, she tells me, so this stand is yours. I'm like, huh? I was like, I thought this was the houses. Like, I thought y'all just found something here in the house and y'all was putting it on here. So the whole thing was mine. And whatnot. And mom, I guess, wants me to use it for the set. So I'm gonna see how I can incorporate it in future episodes and whatnot. It's a really cute, like rolling, it looks like a rolling stand and whatnot. So it's really cute. Then she sent me a lot of other things as well. And I'm going to show you a couple of the items because I mean, it's branding, it's all. Yeah, right. So first of all, I mean, let me show you this right here. I'm gonna show you this glass right here. What does this glass say, y'all? It says what? The juice. Very cute, huh? It's like shout out to my mom, man. She just thinks of all these details and whatnot. That was a blessing. But I saw this one first, and I was like, man, they got it very accurate to the logo. All right. So very cute. If y'all like these, let me know. Because your girl can, add this to the merch. Yes, man. So, thank you, Mom. This is just two of the items outside of the stand and all the other things she said, and the gifts that she got on the behalf of my niece and my son. Those are very cute as well. And it just was a blessing. The whole weekend was a blessing, y'all. I really enjoyed it. And, again, I appreciated everybody that supported in that aspect of me taking the break and whatnot. It was nice to do. And, it's good to be back though too. It's good to be back. And I hope that the juice encouraged and inspired you today. I don't have too much more to say. I think I've shared a lot of what happened and everything like that. So I'll let you all go because I know I've been sitting here chit chatting with you guys, and since it's been a little while, I could probably keep doing it. So let me let you guys go because you guys have other things to do. But I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. And I thank you again, each and every one of you that wish me well for my birthday, and those that gave gifts and those that anything. Like I truly appreciate it, and I'm excited. 35, 35. Yeah, 35 has been 35. um, yeah, but I'm gonna let y'all go, and y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye.